Hi, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about 5 makeup brush categories that I feel like everybody needs in their makeup collection to help them do their makeup daily the best as possible. So if you don't know me, I am Leticia Bishop. I am a professional makeup artist of over 8 years now, and I always tell my clients in person with my one-on-one lessons to get these types of brushes to just help make their makeup a lot easier to do. Makeup brushes do the hard work for you, for sure. If you have average makeup that you're using, but you have really good brushes, it can really help. But on the flip side, if you have really great makeup, really great brands, really great products, and you don't have any brushes to apply it with seamlessly, then it's not going to be very helpful. So let's get into the video, but before, could you please subscribe to the channel? That would mean the world to me as I am, getting into YouTube a little bit more this year. So where shall we start? Does it matter? I'm not sure. Let's start with the eye brushes. I have 2 eye brushes and 3 face brushes. Now, these eye brushes, a lot of, women find it hard to do eye makeup and where to put the eyeshadows, how to get it on there nicely, how to make it look professional. The brushes make it easy. This is like where it's at. The brushes make all the hard work for you. So, first eye brush that I'm going to recommend, like category, is a big, fluffy, round eye brush. The round brush, fluffy, light density, not too tightly packed. These brushes I've had for a long time. Washer brushes, and they will last. So we've got Sephora and a NARS brush here. The NARS one is a little bit more sadder than the Sephora ones. This is a great one from Sephora. This is the crease brush in the number 9 crease brush, and then this one here is a bit smaller, and this is from the Sephora Pro collection, number 17, also crease brush. Now these brushes, you can just get the eyeshadow on there and just really buff and blend out the edges. So whatever brushes you use to put on here, you could use another one of these, or you could use a flatter brush or smaller brush. Having a fluffy round is the key. A round shaped brush to buff out the edge is really what helps to elevate your eyeshadow work on the top of the eye. And the way I like to explain it to my clients when they're doing the makeup, these kind of phrases can really help people visualize how to do it, is windscreen wiper. We could do windscreen wiper motions, or we could do little tornadoes. Little tornado circles going across the eye. Okay, I know they sound funny. I think windscreen wiper is a little bit more common, but I like to say also a little tornado or hurricane drifting across the surface of your eye, but very lightly. Do not press too hard, otherwise you're not going to get much of a blending motion, and obviously not too light because it's not going to be doing anything. I think most of the time I kind of do a bit of a dual technique. So I will kind of go across, and then on the outer corner, I will kind of do that a little bit more of a circle motion. So having a fluffy brush in your collection is going to be super helpful for eyeshadow blending out. The next one is one that I feel like a lot of people don't have for eyeshadows, but it really makes it so easy, is a small smudgy definer liner type brush. They have different names and different ways to call them, but essentially like a small tighter packed brush. They could be round or they could be a little bit flat. So whereas this one here, you can see it is a little bit kind of on one end it's a bit flat, and then say like this one here is round all over. they basically, you can use them for the same areas, the same ways, but I just wanted to show you some options. So say if you were using the flatter one, okay, this is what you can use to define the eye. Instead of using a dark eyeliner, sometimes what I've done on my eyes today, I didn't use a eyeliner, I used a darker eyeshadow to add definition to my eyes, and I used a brush like this, a smaller brush. So you can pick up your darker eyeshadow color and you deposit the first amount of color here, you wiggle it in and you slide it across, okay? Put the color here and you slide it across. So making sure if you have one of the flatter ones, you're using that flat side lengthways along the eye and not the other way, because it will come too thick. So like this, and you can do the same on the top of the eye. You put it here and you slide it and flick it out. Basically the same thing with the round version of these smudging brushes, but you don't have to worry about which angle it's on because it's round. Same thing, smudging, and it's just a very subtle way of adding definition. You see me use these brushes all the time in my tutorials, but this video is just about making sure you know the 5 brushes that I find really useful that you may not have in your kit. I will also link down below any of the products I'm using and similar options that you can also shop for. Just about the categories. So those are the 2 eye categories. We have the round, fluffy blending brush, very important, and then the smaller style smudging brush to add definition in your eyes. Another use for these is the opposite spectrum. I like to have 2 for the highlight on the inner corner of the eye, just around here. A little brush like that just really helps you get in there and add that highlight where you want it. Okay, onto the face brushes. Now, you need a bronzing brush and a blush brush, okay? And they need to be 2 different brushes. So many people, when I get to their house and we go through their makeup, they use the same one for both things. And it doesn't help your makeup. It makes it muddier looking, and sometimes they even use that also for setting. I'm like, no, we need a different brush for each thing. And it's not to like be eccentric and have more, items. It really it makes a difference. So a blush brush and a bronzing blush, there is subtle differences between the 2. The blush brush would generally be a little bit smaller if you want a more focused area, and the bronzing blushes can be a little bit bigger, and they can also be kind of tapered like this, where they can have this kind of shape, if you can see, and that can help sculpt the face. This is another Sephora Pro brush. I find them really great quality, and you're going to use something like this or a fluffy one as well. If you just want a bit more control, you'd get a smaller one. You start up the top here where the hair and the ear are, and you bring it in towards the face, towards the nose, but never bring it that far in towards the nose. And then again, you can use this up the top here on the forehead, okay, and under the chin, sculpt. Could sculpt a little bit on the tip of your nose as well. And same thing with a fluffier version, but it just diffuses it a little bit more, which I kind of like, and I feel like I can get it on a little bit quicker. So this is the one that I mostly use. So a bronzing brush or sculpting brush, bronzing contour sculpting brush, they can all kind of blend between the 2, in my opinion. Blush brushes, a little bit smaller. You can also have a sculpting style one, or rounder style one, or a little bit of a flatter one. They all kind of work, and it's just the placement that you're putting them in. I feel like I could do with a little bit more blush. So let's put some on. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Cheek to Chic. So popping it on the cheeks and drifting it upwards. So you really do want these 2 categories to be separate brushes. All right, so the last category is a setting brush. People really love this tip. A lot of people think a setting brush for your setting powders is a brush kind of like this big or like this big, but you're going to be setting areas where you don't want. It's just too big to get into areas under the eyes or around the nose. So a smaller type brush like this is really great for pinpoint setting and setting in areas where you need the setting, okay, here, but leaving the cheekbones and everywhere else to glow. You can get in around the nose, around the mouth, chin, and in between the brows and on the foreheads, even maybe just around here if you feel like it gets a little bit too shiny for your liking. But a small detailed setting brush is just the way to go, in my opinion. A little setting brush. Easier to pop in your handbag if you want to pop your powder and your brush in at the same time. Yeah. And again, I will link down below the ones that I really love. This one's from Zoeva. This is an old one from Real Techniques with a bit of makeup on it, and Eco Tools. But all the links will be down below of products of brushes that I love in each different category that I have. So it's all easy for you to see down there. So that was it. Nice and quick. The 5 categories of makeup brushes I feel like everyone needs to have in their kit. Obviously, there is more makeup brushes around that do different things for the eyes, brow brushes, lip brushes, but I just wanted to narrow it down to 5 that I feel like everyone can really benefit from having when they're doing their makeup. Now, before we go, I do want to show you a bonus round. Is this brush set from Eco Tools. I picked these up from iHerb. If you subscribe and know me, please subscribe. You know that I love iHerb. I have done a whole video doing only iHerb makeup recently. But this little brush set is a absolute winner. I have used these for a long time. I bought other ones before because I felt like they needed a refresh, even though they were still really working fine. So inexpensive, but it has basically 2 brushes like this. I use them every day for my eyeshadow in my personal makeup bag. This one has both of the eye brushes I was telling you about. It has the fluffy round brush end, then it has the smudging end. So you can basically do a simple eye makeup look with this one brush. You put on some color with this one. You grab this one to add some definition under the eye and across the eyelash line in one brush. One brush, and it's so affordable. Now, if you felt like doing a little bit extra special makeup that day and you had a little bit more time, you can use the other brush to use a different color. This is a flatter brush head, and you can lay on some more intense color there. And then you have got a little eyeliner type brush, or you could use it even for brows if you like to fill in your brows with pencil or pomade. But I use this for like a little bit more definition and a bit more of a wing on the eye as a cat eye effect. These are just, it's a phenomenal set, and I hope Eco Tools always do this product. And of course, I will link it down below. So that was just a little bonus one there for you. That is all. I hope you enjoyed that nice little video. Please subscribe for more and comment down below which one of these categories are you going to be adding in your brush collection, or if you already have all of these in your collection, or if you think I maybe missed a huge category that is needed. Obviously there is more types of brushes, but I just wanted to pick the 5 like most beneficial and impactful and important ones that I feel like is valuable in your makeup bag. Okay, that's all for now, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!